We have some major breaking news just into our newsroom moments ago. We have learned that Spartanburg County Sheriff Chuck Wright has resigned. That's according to the chairman of the Spartanburg County Council. Now, this comes after Wright had just returned to the office a week ago after taking nearly 7 weeks of leave. Fox Carolina's investigative team confirmed through multiple sources that there is an active FBI probe into the sheriff. We first reported on that in early April, but so far there have been no updates on that probe. Now, Fox Carolina Grace Runkle has been following this case since the very beginning. She joins us now with the latest.
Well, earlier this week, we were the only station to speak with Wright as he returned to the sheriff's office. So take a listen to our conversation. Can you tell us anything about your leave?
No.
No? Back in full duty, have you been able to talk with your deputies yet?
Yes, and it was glorious.
What were you able to talk with them about?
Just loving on them and telling them I appreciate them taking care of business.
Now, Wright spent more than 20 years leading the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office, but the past year he's fallen under scrutiny, and it all started when he hired his son.
July last year, Wright's son Andy began working at the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office. That's according to records from the South Carolina Criminal Justice Academy. Later that month, Wright told Fox Carolina News he was being investigated by the South Carolina State Ethics Commission for allegations of nepotism.
If they find that I've done something wrong, I'll make the adjustment and go forward with that, say sorry, but I really don't think I did.
In December, County Council began questioning Wright about purchases with his county-issued credit card. Before the year was over, a county spokesperson says Wright ended up paying back $1,000. We asked Wright about his spending in January.
I don't want to give any information out until the inquiry's over.
In February, a former deputy filed a lawsuit against Wright alleging he was wrongfully terminated after raising concerns about Wright's son working at the sheriff's office. Then, April 1st, officials announced Wright was taking a leave of absence but did not say why. That same week, Fox Carolina Investigates confirmed through multiple sources that Wright was the center of an active FBI probe. One source saying agents spoke to them about allegations of nepotism, and another that they were asked about alleged misuse of county funds. On April 23rd, another former employee filed a wrongful termination lawsuit against Wright, saying he placed her on a, quote, hit list and fired her after he believed she was supporting his opponent in the primary last spring. On May 16th, Spartanburg County Council member Mo Abusaf says Wright received a letter alerting him that his pay would be stopped in 10 days. Abusaf says Wright showed up at the office shortly after. Then, on May 20th, in an exclusive interview with Fox Carolina Investigates outside the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office, Wright says he feels wonderful and is back, but cannot comment on his leave of absence.
Back in full duty, have you been able to talk with your deputies yet?
Yes, and it was glorious.
Now, again, that was 1 week ago that Wright said he returned to office. And when I spoke with him on Tuesday this week, he gave no indication that he would be resigning. Carrie.
All right. Thank you, Grace. And Fox Carolina's Brookley Cromer is live outside the Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office right now. Brookley, what have you seen there? What's the atmosphere like?
Well, we haven't seen a lot of activity going on here at the sheriff's office or outside the sheriff's office. We did see that Sheriff Wright's county-issued Ford truck is sitting in the side parking lot, but we haven't seen any signs of him this morning, and really just not a lot of activity going on at the sheriff's office. I have reached out to the public information officer several times, and we haven't gotten a response at this point. I've requested an interview just to see what all information we can get. We do have it confirmed that the sheriff has resigned, of course, as of this morning. Councilman Manning Lynch did confirm that earlier, or just has confirmed that in the last few minutes to us. But right now, we're just monitoring this, just waiting to find out more information, and we will be here throughout the afternoon and update you as we know more. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Berkeley. Yeah, we'll make sure to stay with you in our 4, 5, and 6 o'clock news tonight. All right, Sheriff Wright has had a lengthy career overseeing many high-profile investigations and events as sheriff. We want to break down the timeline of Wright's time in law enforcement. Sheriff Wright is a Spartanburg County native, raised in the community of Stardex. He became a deputy in 1986 and was first elected as sheriff in 2004. He's been re-elected every 4 years since then. Most recently, last November, he began his 6th term in January. Wright has dealt with many cases in his 2 decades as sheriff, but his biggest case was serial killer Todd Kohlhepp. In 2016, deputies swarmed a 100-acre property near Woodruff, where they found a missing woman, Kala Brown, chained up inside a shipping container. Her boyfriend, Charlie Carver, was found dead, buried on that same property. Now, Kohlhepp was arrested and charged in that case. As the investigation continued, more deaths were linked to him, including a missing married couple, Johnny and Megan Coxey, who were also found dead on that property. Now, the investigation also leading the sheriff's office to closing their biggest unsolved case, the quadruple homicide at Superbike Motorsports in 2003. The killings happened 1 year before Wright was first elected. Kohlhepp confessed to investigators to killing the 4 victims at the store. The case put Wright into the national spotlight. In recent years, Sheriff Wright also dealing with other shocking events. In 2021, a man shot 2 Spartanburg water employees at the Cleveland Park before going inside his home and killing a Charter Spectrum worker. The situation led to a standoff where deputies helped city police. One of Wright's deputies was hurt in the shooting, but recovered. The suspect was shot and killed. Then the next year in 2022, tragedy struck Wright's department when Deputy Austin Aldridge was shot and killed while responding to a domestic incident. Sheriff Wright spoke at a press conference and vigils, often getting emotional. He also spoke at Aldridge's funeral. The suspect was shot after a chase. He was released from the hospital months later and arrested, but died before he could face trial. Now, Sheriff Wright is also known for his part in Operation Rolling Thunder, a coordinated effort between multiple law enforcement agencies to stop drug trafficking along the interstate. Deputies have seized different kinds of drugs and cash over the years. While Wright has defended Rolling Thunder, it has faced lawsuits and criticism. Now, you can stay up to date on this story and other top stories with our free Fox Carolina News app. You can see the QR code that's on your screen. We'll keep it up there for a moment because there are still updates on this story that we will bring you as we learn them. We still want to learn more about what's happening today, why he resigned. So as soon as we get that information, we will bring you that first alert. We'll notify you on the app as we did for this breaking news coverage right now. So just make sure to stay tuned. We will have a lot more on our 5, 6, and 4 o'clock news tonight.